Welcome everyone. This is my presentation for you on weight loss, taking it lightly, taking it easy. I think cheating is one of the best things that we can possibly do because life gets too hard to do everything perfectly. We're only human. So let's just keep it nice, light and easy. Step one, we're going to restore your body's energy balance. And I want to say to you, kia ora. So do you know the greeting kia ora? Kia ora. Great. Kia ora means go well. So I'm going to teach you how to go well with weight loss. And every time you say kia ora, you'll know this is about going well or hello in Te Reo Māori. So tools to overcome weight gain and increase well-being. Hippocrates had it right when he said, let food be thy medicine. Step one is cinnamon. Who takes cinnamon now? I do it in my chai lattes. But did you know that cinnamon will actually help balance blood sugar levels, therefore helping with weight management? Because part of that is looking after our gland or endocrine system, our pancreas. If you take 1/4 of cinnamon daily, and you might mix it in with a bit of honey or mix it in with your tea. You could even put it in a cake. You really could. It'll help with your blood sugar levels, decrease bad cholesterol by 30% in as few as 40 days. So try it out. That's our first tip. Food in, tip 2, protein is fantastic for weight management, protein in soups. So when we think of protein, we're talking about meat or vegetarian proteins like legumes or lentils, eggs. Fish is very good because it's high in omega-3 as long as it's not smoked. When it's smoked, it does become carcinogenic. So I am talking about steamed or raw fish. Sometimes baking it's fine. Protein inhibits your appetite. You know how you get the cravings and you've just eaten breakfast and then 2 hours later you think, oh, I'm just so ravenous, I just want to eat something up. It may be because you haven't had your protein. So for instance, a good protein breakfast would be toast and poached eggs. Not fried, but poached. Or for lunch you could have salad with rice and tuna, or whatever your protein choice is, lentils. Now, when I used to work at a big huge company, there were 60 of us, and the boys from the factory used to come in with their pies, the girls would come in with their tiny little cheese sandwiches, and I would come in with my bowl of salad, rice and protein. So who was eating the most food? And it was fantastic. And after a while, after 6 months, everyone started to bring in vegetables and we would all help each other, and that was fabulous. Soups. Now they did a study in the army, I think it was in the UK army, where half of the group, I think there's about 100 guys and girls, half of them had soup where they had 2 pieces of chicken, a handful of rice and cooked vegetables, broccoli and cauliflower. They ate their meal and they had a glass of water. The other side had all of that meal, the 2 pieces of chicken, the broccoli and cauliflower and the rice, and mixed it up with water, and they blended it and turned it into a soup. Then they're all forced to go out there and fight against each other. I imagine it would be like those, you know, paintball gunfights. That's what they did. And the people that had the soup lasted way longer, for 4 to 5 to 6 hours, than the people that had the same meal but not mixed together. Why do you think that would be? Digestion. So what was happening? So what was happening with the digestion between the soup, people that had the soup and the same food, and people that didn't?
It's easier to digest, isn't it, the soup, or is it just last?
Well, it takes longer to digest. It is easier to digest, but it takes longer. So the other food was being burnt up by all the enzymes and hydrochloric acid and just going whipping through the body. And yet the people that had soup, it was slowly going through the body, and therefore they were less hungry. And they had better energy levels as well. Tip 3, apple cider vinegar. My gosh, you can use that for anything. Dandruff, you can use that as a skin tonic. You can use that to increase your hydrochloric acid levels. But what the latest research shows is that it lowers the glycemic index of the food that you eat. The GI, or the glycemic index, is how much sugar is actually in a food. So, for instance, if we had apple cider vinegar drinks and our Hershey's chocolate kisses, we would probably absorb less sugar in our blood and therefore have less sugar impact. So when you're having your meals, if you want to, mix 1 teaspoon or 1 capful of apple cider vinegar with hot water, and I actually add 1 teaspoon of honey because it's pretty tart, pretty sour, and I take that before my meals, and sometimes it wakes me up in the morning and I have it instead of a cup of tea or coffee. It's much better. And as I was talking about dandruff, you can rinse it in your hair if you get itchy scalp. It works and it's brilliant. I like Health3's. Don't buy the one with the added sugar. Okay, so that's apple cider vinegar. Tip 4, exercise and physical activity is cumulative. So if you exercised yesterday, you could sit on the couch all day today doing absolutely nothing and you would burn calories faster. If you don't exercise and you sat on the couch the next day, that you would burn calories in a very slow rate. So did you know that? So if we exercise 3 times a week, we're actually still burning calories 6 days a week. And I think that's exciting. No one's ever told me that by sitting on the couch and doing nothing, I'm still working on my body and it's being healthy and it's working for me. So I think that's the best research I've seen lately. Tip 5. Yes, we all know this, don't we? Eat less processed food. If it comes in a packet, don't eat it. Drink less flavoured beverages and alcohol. I like to swap them with water with mint in it, or a slice of lemon, or a slice of orange, or a slice of cucumber, because water's boring, I think, and it's got to be flavoured. So try and flavour it and make it look glamorous. Have green herbal teas, eat more fruits, vegetables, whole grains, brown bread, fibre, nuts, seeds, plant oils, fish and lean meats. Having fruit and vegetables available in your kitchen where you can actually visualise and see it and you can grab it is a lot better than it being hidden in the fridge. So just make it easy. Make sure that you're always buying it as much as you possibly can. Now, this isn't for everyone, but you can develop a healthy appetite in just 2 weeks. How? Do not eat any sugary or fattening foods or processed foods. Introduce only fresh, healthy food and drink. 2 weeks later, no unhealthy food cravings. It's a tough task, and what I'm saying is go raw. Only eat raw food. I cheated, and I had miso soup and boiled eggs, and if I couldn't get fish that was nice and raw, I would just cook it. And that worked for me. But it's a really good way of learning how to educate your taste buds and your body and your mind on what it feels like to have healthy food. And it's fun. You've got to have nuts, and you've got to have, I think, dried fruit. Fruit is really helpful. So go raw. There are lots and lots of wonderful stalls here. There's books, there's information on Google. But going raw is just amazing. If you want clean, clear skin, if you want to clear up any fungal infections that just pop up, if you want to think with acuity, if you don't want to snooze off at 2 or 3 o'clock during the day, then try this. Just try it. Tip 7, cortisol and stress. Does anyone know what cortisol is? Yeah? Yeah. Okay, so cortisol is a tiny little hormone that comes out after chronic stress, after we've been stressed out for a really long time, and it impacts our body in such a big way. It chemically acts on our body, on our feelings, and on our brain. It eliminates our body to shed fat and toxins. It strips the chemical serotonin. You know serotonin, when you're on your first date, you're sitting together, they brush up against you and you go, you know, that wonderful sort of overwhelming sense that goes over you. It strips that. It also strips dopamine, which is important to lower the risk of Parkinson's as we get older. These chemicals make us feel safe and well. Cortisol strips the body of this. Exercise is very good to get rid of cortisol, and also if you do truly think that your levels have been high for a very long time, go and see a naturopath, because there are certain herbs that help with the cortisol levels just to bring them down, and we need help. I've got high cortisol levels, I confess. Who else thinks they've got high cortisol levels? Yeah, let's just work on it. Yeah, maybe everyone. So they're working on them, getting them down is really important. Now we talked about cravings, well, I've given you a few things on cravings, but with cortisol, the other thing is that we get sugar, fat, and salt cravings. I'm a salt girl and a savoury. Who likes sugar? Yeah? Chocolates, cakes, that kind of thing? What about you? What sort of cravings do you get?
Mine's more savoury than salt.
You're like a chippy dippy guy? Yep, me too.
Salt.
Salt, yep.
Salt and cheese.
Salt and cheese, oh yeah. Cheese is a good one, absolutely. How about you?
Salt.
Salt, yes. Gosh, lots of salt, savoury people today. Salt, yes. Chocolate. Oh yeah, chocolate has got wonderful chemicals to make you feel so good. And if you are going to have chocolate, and it is very good for the heart, have 75 to 80% cocoa in there. What about you? Both, yeah. Yep, fantastic. Salt, okay, yep. Yep, sugar. What about you guys out there? Salt. Salt. Cake, absolutely. A good cuppa and a cake. Fantastic. Okay. Now we're going to do our experiment, and I'm going to talk to you about it before you make a choice to do it first. This herb is called Gymnema. Gymnema sylvestre is the Latin name. Now Gymnema is an Indian word, an Ayurvedic, and it means the sugar destroyer. And what I'm going to ask you to do is open up the capsule, sprinkle the contents on your tongue, move it around, coating the whole tongue, and then we're going to see if it switches off our sugar taste buds. And we're going to chew on the Hershey's chocolate and see what it tastes like. Now, this is the warning, it is going to turn off sugar taste buds for 2 hours. So if you guys are going out tonight, I hope it's in 2 hours, because you won't taste that wine, and you won't taste that cake, and you won't taste all those delicious little things. So who wants to give it a go?
Yes.
Right. Would you like to give it a go? I can throw the bottle over there that way, or pass it down. Please pass it down, thank you. I've got some water here, because one of the things about Gymnema and being a scientist and trying this out is that it's really bitter.
Now you tell us.
I do, now I tell you. Okay, so we twist the capsule. No, it won't contraindicate with any medication or any condition. In fact, if you take it internally, it's very, very good for type 1 and 2 diabetes. You just twist it. It's very bitter here.
Thanks.
So we'll use place on the tongue.
It's a good party trick as well. There you go. How did you go? You got it. It is disgusting. Hold it, hold it.
Have you put the whole capsule on your tongue?
Swirl it around in your mouth. What does our tongues look like? Okay. Now, I think we've switched them off. Everyone grab your chocolate. You got chocolate? Okay.
So just switch the sweet off and then bitter.
Yep. Have I got it?
Oh wow.
So have you. What's it taste like?
Yeah.
Cocoa?
Cocoa. taste the sugar.
You can't taste the sugar at all.
Starts with C and N's and P.
It tastes like what?
Starts with C and N's and P.
Starts with C and ends in P.
Grass clippings.
Grass clippings.
Doesn't taste like chocolate.
Like cooking chocolate. It is awful, isn't it? You can taste the fat because it doesn't chop off the fatty, you know, that feeling of cream. Isn't that amazing? What do you think?
That first stuff is horrible. Yeah, it tastes like cooking chocolate, that's right.
Right.
Just a waste of calories into your body, isn't it? You wouldn't want to eat them at all.
Exactly. You wouldn't want to eat any sugar at all after having gymnema. So gymnema is a powerful herb. If you take it 3 times a day, you'll find that it just drops off because your taste buds will choose healthier foods. How can it not? You can't taste anything nice.
But we won't normally be putting it on our tongues. We'll be swallowing a capsule or...
Well, you normally put it on your tongues to switch off your sugar taste buds, absolutely, and then you can close off the capsule and take it internally because it's excellent for the pancreas and for type 1 and type 2 diabetes.
Oh my goodness.
It's absolutely a wonderful herb. And I'm so proud of all of you, my fellow scientists. Okay, this is your new prescription. MBSR research states and facts. After this prescription for 6 months, results showed significant increases in physical activity and great reductions in weight loss by reductions in binge eating. Who doesn't binge eat? Yeah, that's what I suspected. MBSR research stats and facts meal program. Participants in the meal program experienced reductions in binge eating, anxiety and depression, as well as had an increase in self-acceptance. Chronic pain. Because weight can lead to chronic pain, those taking this prescription were able to reduce chronic pain by more than 50%. This gain was maintained even after 4 years. Health insurance stats. Hospitalisation less than 87%, less heart disease, less benign and malignant cancer tumours, 50% less outpatient visits. Does anyone know what this health prescription is that I'm talking about? None of that. There's no pill, no green prescription, no exercise. If I do this, meditation, contemplation or prayer, and it only takes 2 or 3 minutes a day, or if you're really keen, 30 minutes. It doesn't matter. So would you like me to take you into some contemplation, meditation or prayer? So just to relax the body. After relaxing the body, then when you eat a meal and you're being mindful about that chocolate we just had, how it feels and rolls around in the mouth. How does it break open when my teeth bite through it? What does it smell like before I touch it? The meal program was just mindful eating, eating slowly, tasting, enjoying every bit, or not enjoying it, feeling it bitter and squeezing the face up. So we go into our meditation now. Get comfortable. It'll be 2 minutes. Okay. You may close your eyes or just lower them so there's a little bit of light, and that's fine. I'm watching you, so you're safe. Okay, now breathe in. We're going to focus on the breath. And out. You may feel the breath go out of your nostrils. As you breathe in again, it'll feel like a sharp intake. And as you breathe out, it will feel warm and soft. Keep breathing in. Thoughts can come and you can let them go. And to let them go, you just think on the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. I want you to relax your forehead and those frown lines and the tightness around your eyes. Breathing in. It's okay if the thoughts come in about other stuff, let them go. Now we're relaxing our jaw and our throat. And we're feeling our shoulders drop and feel heavy and relaxed. Breathing in, more oxygen is filling into our brains. relaxing our forehead, our eyes. Our tongue drops as it relaxes, our jaw. We can feel more air. We don't need to breathe in big chunks of air, just breathe in your way, that's fine. Thoughts come in and they go. Let them go. Breathing in. Release the belly. It doesn't matter if it falls out over our pants. Who cares? Breathing in. Relaxing the shoulders, the hips, the thighs, knees, and calf muscles. The feet, you've been walking all day. Relaxing your hands and your arms. And I want you to come back and center on the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And in your time, I want you to just open your eyes slowly and allow the light to come back in, feeling relaxed, energized, and a great sense of well-being. Feel good? Oh. Kia ora. Kia ora. This is the end of my presentation. I thank you very much for your attention, your scientific experimental minds, and also your courage to try the meditation today.